they went on runs and you guys were able to counter and just be resilient and hang in. I think 3 different 7-0 runs. Where has that come from this team all year, and where did you feel like in the fourth when you tried to go to it? What was OKC able to do?
I mean, we played well in spurts. We had some really good minutes up and obviously through 3. We was able to take a 5-point lead in the third quarter, and then they made a run, obviously. In the fourth quarter, they kept scoring. They were really good, but exploiting matchups and things of that nature. But we had a good game plan. We tried to execute that close to 48 minutes. I just didn't get it done.
Them forcing turnovers is what they do better than anybody. You guys know you have to not turn the ball over. When a team is that good at it, what is it? Just you have to be that much sharper, and then how does that play out in these first 2 games?
I don't know. We've had opportunities. I think offensively we've had some really good looks. Some of them haven't went down, gotten to the paint. We've had some turnovers. Today it wasn't that many where it was like careless turnovers. Some of them was being aggressive, and be okay with that.
When we spoke to JJ post-game, he was pretty irate about the officiating. We saw you have some discourse with the refs as the game went on. How do you feel like the officiating was a factor in those runs that they were able to put together, find a way to put together?
We're down 2-0.
JJ said that of all superstars that you have the worst whistle that he's ever seen. Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
When you were talking about that run in the third quarter, SGA goes out with his 4th foul, 10:50 left. You guys are up 5. And then, I guess, without SGA on the floor, the MVP, they go on that big run. Why has the non-SGA minutes in this series so far not gone the way you guys want?
Are they not good when he's not on the floor?
Yeah, you guys were minus 12.
No, I'm saying, are they not still good when he's not on the floor?
They're better than when he's off there.
So they're just doing what they've been doing, right?
But what are your conversations like? You one of the stars of this league. When you talk to referees, with the conversation back with you, entertain, anything at all that, are you satisfied with their answers?
No.
What's your bet?
Yeah, all right.
You guys obviously are down 2-0 here. Did some things really well in these 2 games. What are the things that you can build on? Where are the biggest areas you think that there's real room to make up? As you go back to
I think tonight, we did a good job with our first defense. We got a clean glass. We got to do a better job. We let Chet get some offensive rebounds and some putbacks, either get to the free throw line or get some putbacks. Versus a team like that, you can't, give up second chance points. We did a great job in the Houston series of, as the series went on, of being better at that. So we got to do a better job of hitting, and not allowing them to get second chance points. We're able to hold a team like that to a first stop. I think we can get better at that.
Are those baskets, especially when you're playing a team where you have to be so close to perfect, like are those like extra deflating, like the game plan lasts?
Yeah, they can be. It all depends when it happens, at what point in the game it happens, so they can be.
What did you see from Austin? He had a playoff career high. I know the game doesn't go in your guys' favor, but him getting in a role offensively, what were you saying from him?
Austin being Austin.
Away from you, anything that kind of stood out the most?
Well, I talked about it a little bit yesterday, them being +9 in the non-shade minutes, and then, in the second half, we just got blitzed, 32-14, 7 turnovers. They shot 14 free throws during that stretch. So we'll look at lineups, we'll look at everything, try to figure out how we can be better in those minutes.
You said you expected Austin to have a bounce back. What did you see from him tonight?
I thought he did a good job, touching the paint, and, those touch shots were there tonight. Got some good looks from 3. He played a solid game. Obviously, he had 5 turnovers, but everybody on our team had turnovers. You can start seeing like some trends here, and we probably need to go back to the 2 keys we had against Houston, which is take care of the ball and box out, because it's not on high volume, but they've killed us in both games. Every time they've gotten an offensive rebound, they've scored.
JJ, you got a technical in the first half. Multiple players had really long, extended conversations with refs. What was sort of at the core of those frustrations tonight?
Yeah, I sarcastically said the other day they were the most disruptive team without fouling. They have a few guys that foul on every possession, and all the good defenses do. SGA gets like I don't even know, a touch foul, I guess, on the drive. There was a stretch where 4 straight possessions, our guys got absolutely clobbered trying to make an entry pass to Jackson, and Jalen Williams is grabbing his jersey with both arms. That's a turn. They're hard enough to play. They're hard enough to play. You've got to be able to just call it if they foul, and they do foul.
Along those lines, I mean, LeBron has, I think, taken 5 free throws here in 2 games. Have you seen him be like attacking and downhill? And are you surprised he hasn't been able to get to the line more?
Well, he gets clobbered on that one, with Jalen Williams coming over trying to block the shot when he spun baseline on Dort. That was in that stretch as well. LeBron has the worst whistle of any star player I've ever seen. I mean, I've been with him 2 years now. There's, again, the smaller guys, because they can be theatric, they typically draw more fouls, and the bigger players that are, built like LeBron, it's hard for them. But he gets clobbered, and he got clobbered again tonight a bunch, and that's not like a new thing. That's not specific to this crew or, this series. He gets fouled a lot. That doesn't happen. I mean, guy gets hit on the head more than any player I've seen on drives, and it rarely gets called, so.
Do you think composure was a factor at all, or do you think because of the kind of the blatant things you're talking about, there's no other way to react than to point out?
Oh, no, but our guys were so good tonight, just staying together and poised. The emotion's part of basketball, and I think some of the reason they're officiated the way they are is because they don't show emotion, and that's a credit to them. I mean, they've really taken the emotion out of the game. They're super tight-knit. They don't complain to the officials, and they, maybe they're the beneficiaries of that. I don't know.
JJ, yesterday you were talking about the non-SGA minutes, how you had to win those minutes or be even. First half you won them, and then he goes out with that 4th foul, 10:53 left in the 3rd quarter, and then I think it was minus 18 for you guys with SGA not on the floor. I know the refs part of that, but what do you attribute that to?
I'm just letting you know how the game was officiated. It's not that we didn't lose because of the refs. That's never the case. You don't lose because of refs. You lose because the other team outplays you. Oklahoma City outplayed us.
They shot 13 free throws, I think, in that stretch I'm talking about.
And a lot of them were fouls. I mean, a lot of them were fouls. But again, we're not putting 2 on the ball in that stretch, and so we've just got to be better, and we'll look how we can be better on both ends.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Fish's focus. What are you breaking down here, Fish?
Well, one of the reasons that NBA teams get to the wall on this one, Geets.
Yes, sir.
Even in the air, we're going to get to the wall and break it down. The reason why NBA teams do not like putting 2 guys on one person is because the other 4 guys are really good. And when you see the Lakers commit bodies to SGA, as you freeze here, look at all the guys, 2 on the ball. So now it's 4 blue jerseys against 3 Lakers on the backside. Ball comes out to Mitchell. DeAndre should already be on the move. You see LeBron pointing just a little bit late in the rotation. It's always going to be tough for centers to do that in rotation defensively. Holmgren knocks down the 3. Now early, 2 on the ball, Rui and Marcus. So now it's 4 blue against 3 gold. Austin's communicating, looking away, but the ball comes out here to A.J. Mitchell. 1 more to the corner. These are the hardest closeouts in the league. Long closeout, weight to the right foot. Case and Wallace gets around. Now the dominoes start. The Lakers defense are in the blender. Ball goes out to Caruso. He knocks down the 3 in the corner there. So you see 2 corner threes coming off of 2 guys on the ball with SGA. Now in transition, just a split second head down behind the basketball, and then the ball comes out to Mitchell, and that gap here, maybe DeAndre gets back a little quicker, but now Rui's the low guy. He should be on the move to the backside of the defense. He's a little late, worried about Holmgren. A.J. Mitchell right down the lane to the front of the rim. And then again, 2 guys on the MVP. That's the choice you make. Ball comes out to Caruso, but now he's used to what the Lakers are doing. So Luke Kennard tries to play between 2 guys, Mitchell and Alex Caruso. He splits the defense. Now he sees 2 Lakers here. Guess who's open? Another corner 3 that started with putting 2 guys on the ball on SGA initially. And so that's what you kind of decide to give up when you put 2 guys on the ball. And the OKC, they have a roster that not only do they make the right plays coming out of those situations, but they're also converting those open threes and open shots when they get those chances.
I know it's just a handful of plays, but it's a great breakdown, big game, and it shows you like how the Lakers are defending SGA. But as Fish mentioned, the dominoes fall. Just all, every little like misstep, or whether you don't get back in time, or you take one wrong, step, or you don't close out fast enough, they make you pay. Ball movement.
Yeah, Oklahoma, you see how talented they are. You know how quick and strong and how fast they are. But one thing you don't talk a lot about is the intellect of like each player. Like Fish just showed, you might get away with one, round of good defense on one play, but then Caruso, he picked up on that, and he split the defense. That's nothing but intellect and patience, and just looking at film and kind of knowing what your options are. That makes them even tougher, Geeter. They're talented, they play well, they're also a very intelligent basketball team, and they make you pay for not mistakes, but they make you pay for little adjustments that you make, and they're able to pick them up and, benefit off of it.
It's a tough team to play against. It really is. I mean, those are offensive, high IQ basketball plays that then they blend with elite high basketball IQ defensive plays. And so when a team is this balanced, you can't